I just bought this. What's happening, everybody? Today's going to be kind of an adventure. We're going to go after a new vehicle today. Well, I should say another vehicle, new to me. As you guys know, we just bought a Trailblazer, and I mentioned that the Trailblazer is going to need some work, and some of that work is some front end parts like control arms and bushings, ball joints. I believe the bearings are bad on it too, so those need to be replaced. So anyway, I priced a lot of those parts, and we were looking around $800 for those parts. And well, I thought maybe I could possibly find another vehicle, maybe on Craigslist or something. Maybe somebody's trying to get rid of a Trailblazer for cheap and maybe use it for parts, and that's exactly what I did. I found a 2004 Trailblazer with a 4.2 liter 6-cylinder engine, just like the one we've got. And it's pretty cheap because the engine just blew on it. And reading the ad, they said they just put a whole new front end on it. So we're gonna go look at this Trailblazer and check it out. And if we're able to get this thing, I'm gonna save myself several $100s just in front end parts, because 2 months ago they replaced their front end and then their engine went out. So we're gonna need that front end work done on mine, and there are odds and ends, little pieces here and there that could use replacing on mine. So a couple of engine pieces, pulleys and different things that are kind of bad on mine. The front seat on my wife's Trailblazer is broken. It needs some attention. Some interior pieces, maybe the console, different things like that. So I'm gonna borrow my father-in-law's trailer. Actually, it's a tow dolly. So we're gonna go hook up my truck, his old tow dolly, and we're gonna try to tow this Trailblazer home since it's got a blown engine. Apparently it runs and you can drive it around their little neighborhood. So if push comes to shove, we might be able to drive it if this tow dolly doesn't work out. But we'll give it a shot. I'll take it. Alright, so I only paid $460 for this heap, but it's got a lot of good parts on it that I'll be able to use. We got the dolly all hooked up to my truck, and we go to put the Trailblazer on it, and Trailblazer's too wide. So now I'm driving this sketchy vehicle all the way home, and so far so good, but boy is this thing really knocking. It is crazy. So I'm following my father-in-law home. He's got my pickup. I'm gonna pray that we make it home in one piece. Well, there she is, 2004 Trailblazer extended. It's an LS trim package. It's got the 4.2 liter 6-cylinder engine in it, and I picked up this bad boy off of Craigslist for $460. Complete vehicle, but it's got a major knock in the engine, of course, that you heard. I was able to drive it all the way home without an incident. It should be a good value for us because several parts on this thing that we're going to use. They just put on new upper and lower control arms and ball joints on this thing, so I'm going to need those. The air conditioning works on this vehicle, so we'll take the compressor off and put it on mine. I'm going to need to swap over the power steering pump because the one on mine leaks. And I know the clutch fan pulley right here on mine is really loose and it squeaks really bad, so I'm going to replace that. It's got a brand new battery. Take a look at the interior here. It's pretty filthy, just like our other one when we first bought it. The person that owned this was a smoker, so it's got a pretty heavy smoke smell in here. This driver's seat, it's got a mechanical lever. It's not a power seat, which is cool by me. If I can take the cushions off and just use that bottom frame and replace our other driver's seat, that'd be cool. This console is pretty sturdy. Looks like everything was working like it should, so I'll probably replace that whole console because mine's pretty tore up in our other one. Pretty dirty seats. Again, the smell's pretty bad. Seats are pretty filthy. I don't know that I'll use any of these besides the cigarette smoke is really bad in here, so my wife's allergies and sensitivities to smell and odors and stuff is pretty bad. I don't think we're gonna swap anything over as far as carpet or seats or anything. The plastic trim pieces are a lighter color than our other one, but if I use anything, at least that can clean up pretty good. I don't know what all these wires are about. They're trying to wire speakers or something. I don't know. It's got these nice looking rims. I do like the style of that rim better than what's on our other Trailblazer. So I don't know. I'm contemplating putting these on our other one. I don't know. Let me know, what would you guys do? And they've got these interesting spring-loaded rear shocks. Our other Trailblazer is just a gas piston, you know, typical shock. So that seems like it might be an upgrade over what we've got, so I might pull those. And then there's a nice spare tire in there. Our other one doesn't have that. And then the rear tailgate, it's damaged, and so the rear window doesn't want to open. So I don't know what I'm going to use, if I use anything back here. Thought about pulling that off. Then it's got these running boards. I may take those off, put those on because our other one doesn't have those either. This grill, I'll probably replace that. Just all kinds of things. If we went to purchase individually from the parts stores and stuff, would cost us 5 times what we paid for this thing. So just bought the whole vehicle outright, and we'll just part this baby out. We'll get this thing running right. Yeah, I think 460 bucks is a pretty good deal for all the parts we're going to get to fix up our daily driver. So between the two vehicles, we spent less than $2,000 for both vehicles. Can't beat that. So stay tuned. We'll have videos on swapping parts over and different things. So I'm looking forward to getting my wife's Trailblazer running the best that it can.